What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy whatever, Happy Holidays. Hope you guys are enjoying your Christmas Eve. And as promised, if you haven't paid attention to my community post, here it is, my little Christmas Eve stocking stuffer for all you guys. It is my review of Red One. It's the most, I would say, the latest and possibly the most popular Christmas movie that's been out for about a few weeks now. It's already been in theaters, but Amazon was smart to, hey, let's not wait. Let's get this already available on the streaming service. And I think it was a smart idea anyway. And good on them, because I think it was well worth watching this on the streaming services, because I think it was, man, this movie was something. Like, what else is there to talk about? I'm going to try to be as spoiler free as possible for this, because everyone's kind of seen it. Of course, I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible because everyone's been tucked away for the night. Visions of circumstance in their head, you know what I mean. But anyway, so if anybody is not familiar with, so Santa is played by J.K. Simmons, which I think was a good choice. And also, I use the term Jolly Old Saint Nick loosely. I'm going to get into that in a moment. So if you haven't figured it out, so somehow Saint Nick gets kidnapped by someone. I'm not going to leave it as is. You got The Rock playing this guy Calvin, who's like this lead elf, or like what in this world, elf is actually like their version of Secret Service. Because I feel like in this universe, Santa is more portrayed like the president of the United States, because he is constantly under lock and key, being monitored, make sure nothing happens to him. I thought that was really clever, and like there's like this whole lore and whole depth. I'm glad the producers did their homework and actually decided to dive deep to create this lore, create this kind of Santa that's different from any of the others, kind of thing, if that makes sense. Because hey, let's make it different. What makes this Santa different and this story different from any other Christmas movie? Well, let's see, compared to, say, Violent Night, Santa was a Viking, and of course they have the Christmas Chronicles, which had Kurt Russell, that whole thing, that was pretty cool. But now, what about this one? This one, well, again, the whole President of the United States thing. Also, he's jacked as hell, because this ain't, like I said, he's not fat. He's this jacked. He is ripped and just super athletic, and so that kind of explains why he is able to do his job in one night. He just runs and sprints and parkour. He parkours his way across the world, if that makes sense, because that's what he does, and that was what made it pretty cool. And let's see, outside of J.K. Simmons and The Rock, you had Chris Evans, who plays O'Malley, this hacker that Elf has to team up with, and that way, because hey, what he did was he kind of exposed Santa a little bit. That's how he got captured. I don't want to give away who the villains are, or of course, if you're not familiar with anything pertaining to Saint Nicholas, like, do some homework. Like I said, they went to so much more. Like, how is he portrayed in different cultures and different mythologies? And I'm glad they did that, because I felt like they built this different world, and it's like, oh my God, what they did here. Again, it's incredible. I really like how they pulled it all off. The visuals is just fantastic. Outside of all that, the cast did a fantastic job. Story-wise, pretty clever. I love how, every toy store in the world, like the elves are doing that's how the elves get their toys and ideas. They just go from store to store, they get it from the kids, and it's all very clever, very well written, really clever stuff. The action is just top. I love this. I love some of the creatures that they fight. I will say my favorite fight so far would be when they're in, I would say, Krampus's world, or as I call it, hell, because it really looks like hell. And of course, good on them, because I'm glad they used that to compare Krampus to Karen, the guy, the ferryman, and that takes the souls to the afterlife across the river Styx, or wherever it is. You get my point. Really clever stuff. I really enjoyed it. Visually wise, like I said, I think they did a good job, but I feel like at times, I think, too many CG animals for my take, but other than that, it's real fun and entertaining. A little lighthearted in some of the humor stuff. I mean, it's not super over the top violent like in Violent Night, which again, that, take your pick of how you want to see your Santas. This one, I really liked that. J.K. Simmons, he was fantastic. I loved him in this movie. Really good stuff. Yeah, there's not much else I'm going to say. I'm glad I got a chance to see this, and this is my last minute gift to everybody. If you've not seen this, please give this a watch. You'll be laughing, you'll be smiling, and you'll be cheering. This definitely is one of the best Christmas movies I have seen. But now I got to change up my Santa ranking now. Like where's J.K. Simmons fit on the list now? Well, that's a story for another time. But anyway, let's get down. But if I had to give this movie a score, I'm gonna say, man, this is a tough one. Um, I want to give it a hard eight, but you know what? Just for a couple of things, I'm going to elevate it slightly and give it an 8.5. And that is particularly on the basis of this whole mythology that they created, and that just had me hooked and say, yes, yes, perfect. I love it. Okay, they finally made Santa more, I would say, more in depth. Okay, I think a little too much in depth, but good on them. I really love how they pull it off, and this is again, if you're ever gonna take a character or someone like in this realm, like Saint Nick, this is how you do it. Okay, forget other like Santa movie that involves him or a Christmas movie that involves him. This is the one. All right. So that does for the night. Absolutely go give it a watch. I think it's still in theaters, but also I'd say skip the theater, just stream it on home, coming from your bedroom, and just watch it. Okay, you will not be disappointed. All right. That's just for the night. Those videos, subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for some more awesome exciting content. And ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas.